Right, guys? Vlad back here with another video, and also we're here with the live stream, here live on Twitch. By the way, I stream on Twitch, link in the description and also probably on screen. So guys, this here is the second place list from the LCS 4, just happened the past weekend, but also 5 of my friends played this exact list, card for card. I'm pretty sure that all of you played the exact same list, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So 5 of my friends from our friend group over at Weebs and Farmers, the best Discord in the entire planet, featuring Nesh for some reason. Why did Nesh get added? Once again?
Coogan was like, I want to test with Nesh.
Oh, okay,
Coogan tested with him once.
Fair. Fair enough. Anyway, so 3 out of our 5 that entered with, well, not our, anyway, 3 out of 5 entered with this list and topped with it. Sorry, 3 people out of 5 that entered with this list topped. So Coogan and Cormac made it all the way to the top 8, and our good pal Hashim on the tear recently and getting 2nd place with this exact list also. So without further ado, do you guys want to explain some of the more unconventional choices with your rock list? Because there is like quite a few like obvious choices in here that you don't have to explain. But
alright, I think it's fair to let Coogan go ahead with this because he's the one that innovated the gamma idea for the deck. So Coogan just.
Yeah. So basically, the gamma idea was for the LCS 600 one. Basically, we all tried out like different versions of the deck just to try different ideas and see how things are going and kind of like scope out what the tournament. Basically, we all tried out different things. Then Hash did very well and managed to get into top with that. And then after the event, we had a chat and we all concluded that like our decks were increasing in popularity. Especially the rock deck, we played a lot of mirrors, a lot more than we expected to. So like we thought that we needed to accommodate our deck towards like a more combo heavy meta for the next event. So we were originally maining 5 Bash and Permanence. Good coverage against Corellich because you want to draw just 1 hand drop in that matchup. So 50. But VFD basically it's just falling out of the format because everyone realizes that their Sync Corellich deck never actually gets to the end of their combos.
Yeah.
So they're just playing super conservative, trying to get formula draws instead. So we capitalized on that by not like needing to draw those hand drops as much.
Yeah.
Instead,
Gamma just completely eradicates everything.
We all just play the most impactful hand drop against every combo deck and any deck that uses needle fiber at all. And then the best thing about using Gamma too is like it's the most impactful hand drop by itself. So it's, if any one hand drop is going to stop Rock, it'll be Gamma. But also, you get to play Emergency Teleport, which is basically a 4th copy of Unexpected Die, which is like it's just one of the best decks. So it's really useful when you get hand drop too.
Yeah, all makes sense to me. Did you guys try anything else in the list?
No, I'm pretty sure we created the list on literally like 1 screenshot. Coogan saw my deck from the weekend before, and he said we should play E-Tel instead of the 5 going 2nd cards and play Emergency Teleport with the Gamma, and that was the deck, pretty much, like more or less.
Yeah, fair enough. I know that you guys have been playing this deck for like pretty much like the entire format. Although I know
it's been almost 6 weeks.
There's been a lot of flip-flopping in the recent times, but then also eventually landing on Rock was the correct choice, I feel. And then what else? Let's see. Tackle Crusader. Yeah, everything's like pretty standard. There's not much else to talk about with the Adamanticator deck.
I guess the only like thing is the Lancias on the side. That's not very and maybe some people would want to question why we opted for Twin Twister instead of Lightning Storm, but otherwise it's pretty standard.
Yeah. So I know that Lancia's been a card that's kind of been like coming in and out of decks as of like recently. Why did you decide to put it back in now?
Hash, do you want to talk about that maybe?
Sure. Unless Cormac wants to go ahead because you've been pretty silent for the entire video. Cormac, go ahead.
Sure. So I think originally our idea with Lancia was that earlier in the format, we were seeing a lot of decks like Dino and Mermail coming around, like a lot of decks that were just trying to abuse the FD turn 1. And also like Dino just naturally like loses to Lancia anyway. So we were thinking that Lancia would be like the sort of best hand trap against those matchups. And then while testing, we came to the like sort of understanding that Lancia, while it may not be insane as a hand trap on its own against Rock, it's a really good enabler hand trap because you see it alongside pretty much any other hand trap. It's usually enough to either stop their turn or put them on a very mediocre to break it. It's not able to block. If they just do the carrier IP play, they can't use Gigantes after they search off Block Dragon. End after that point. And then like it just turns out like the best cards in their deck. So then you just, if you have like an Abiru or a Gamma or like an Imperm, you're usually in like a really good spot at that point.
Gamma Lancia combo is godly. You get to Gamma them, Lancia to stop Block Dragon so they can't play through it, and then you get to keep
the Gamma, and you can make 5 on your turn. Yeah.
It's a free 5-Rex, yes. So even the cards that they decided for you in case you hand trap them, it's just you stop them for free.
How does Lancia help against Mermail?
Because a lot of them are going for the DFD combo, so
it stops Garden Rose Maiden. Okay, right.
Yeah, and it also stops. It also stops the Minstrel. So if you have another hand,
Minstrel as well. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. It stops Minstrel, it stops Area, and it stops Garden Rose Maiden. So like, if you go Channeling 1 Minstrel, Channeling 2 Lancia, I believe the ruling is they can't look at your hand. So
not sure about
also,
that.
Also, if you go Stomach Face, they can't even attempt to activate it, so they can't pitch Dragoons.
Yeah, so they don't get to search at all. Yeah.
With Minstrel. Yes, they can't attempt to activate it if you didn't.
Yeah.
Or like you can wait till they add off. I'm pretty sure if you chain it to it, they get to your hand but can't take anything.
Yeah, that's what I would assume happens as well. But also, it's still like quite a strong interaction. I will agree there.
Yeah, I mean, if they search Minstrel, you just preemptively activate Lancia and they can't do anything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and also a good point that Twitch chat brought up is that it's also really good against the Chaos Space decks that were like legal for this weekend. So it was a good call.
We were thinking with a Chaos Space and stuff. Yeah, it was really good for that.
Yeah, so people might want to try out like the Dragon decks, and those decks kind of do lose to Lancia sometimes just because it shuts off like Darkest Metal Dragon, and shuts off the Baby Dragons too. So it's a pretty good call.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the FTK doesn't do it through Lancia anymore because they have to use RNMD more than once under Lancia.
Well, no, they can just special summon it off of LP, right?
Oh, no, right, but do they not have to loop it to keep going under Lancia?
No, I don't think so. They don't banish at all in the combo except with the Baby Dragons. They don't need to start with the Baby Dragons to do the combo.
I played against Tristan P round 5. And game 3 of my only hand trap, which was Lancia. And I remember him saying that he hadn't tested a line through Lancia, but basically the way that he figured it was that...
Oh, it stops Garden Rose Maiden, actually. Yeah, that's kind of big. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it stops...
Okay,
right.
From grade, yeah. But I think the thing was that it limits them to that. It stops a lot of their extend in that matchup, because your plan is to start so many hand traps at just a 2. So
there's a nice tactical too, because doubles up against all of the combo decks quite well as it being like the second hand trap. But also like being the first weekend, the Chaos Space and those type of decks are legal. You could randomly come across like a deck or two like that in Swiss, and it being a potential blowout was just like better for us.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. Yeah, and then I guess like the only other weird thing in the entire deck list is the Twin Twisters. If you guys want to explain that.
Alright, so Twin Twister was like a back row removal card because after the New Balance dropped out, we were expecting Alter Guys to be pretty popular. So originally the card was Lightning Storm, because like we didn't side Lightning Storm during like any given matchup, so the cards never conflicted. So we thought that Lightning Storm was better because it's a more blowout card going second, and it resolves, you probably just win the game. The only reason we opted to go for Twin Twister instead was because when we went first, Lightning Storm was a completely dead card, and we just didn't want to risk not having any additional back row removal going first, even after you have like a semi-mediocre board. So we opted for Twin Twister instead, especially when the impact of difference between Twin Twister and Lightning Storm is very minimal. They're almost the same card when they resolve.
Alright, that makes sense to me. I'm probably gonna have to put up subtitles for everything you just said there, because the connection's pretty bad, but it's all good. It's all good.
You can just edit this part out, I suppose.
No. I'll keep it in. I'll just put in like subtitles. It's all good.
Sure.
Right. Anyway, yeah, I think that basically covers everything kind of like not standard about the deck. I feel like someone said something quite funny. It sounds like he's talking in a twin twister. That's absolutely true. God bless. God bless. Anyway, yeah. So I'm pretty sure people don't really want to hear about like, oh, why do you play 3 Analyzer? Why do you play 3 Block Dragon? Right?
No, I guess the only things we could like discuss would be some of the things we chose not to play,
Oh,
like
yeah,
Desires
sure.
and like Cyber's Integrator and stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I've seen them going around on DB quite a lot recently, and I think it was Luke and Adam tried the Desires build at the free LCS last weekend.
Yeah.
Maybe if those guys like Luke or whatever wants to discuss his experiences playing that deck list and why he chose that, like why he thought that was a bad choice in the end, or maybe like not as good as this by comparison.
Yeah, so basically the idea behind the Desires deck was we came to the conclusion that VFD had like fallen in popularity and the combo decks had risen in popularity. By LCS 600 we only had half of that, so the VFD combo had fallen in popularity and we hadn't like realized that combo decks had increased in popularity quite a lot more as well. Basically, to try and capitalize on that, what I did was, well, what me and Adam did was we added Desires, just like higher tier ceiling, just tried to play the most ignorant deck possible, and just tried to kill them through the board going second. I could do that, but the issue was that with Desires in the main deck, your siding patterns became a lot worse for combo decks, because with no hand drops main, your whole side deck had to be pretty much hand drops, and then a few proper removal cards, which it becomes an issue. Another issue we had with Desires was that you didn't banish things you needed most of the time, or like banishing O-Line or Gigantes isn't actually that big of a deal as much as people think. The bigger issue with it is that if you're not banishing those cards, if you're not banishing like a Block Dragon or 2 or like your tuners, a lot of times really don't seem important when you look at your Desires pile, but then as you play your game out, you'll notice over like an extended period of time that your tuners miss so much more because you lose a rock here, and then suddenly your deck just can't play through hand traps as well as it would if you had the 9 rocks in the deck that you typically would. So that was the issue that we ended up deciding that it wasn't worth it for this event.
Yeah, understandable. I'd imagine the choice to not play the Buster Whelp was because a lot less people were playing Dark Ruler more, since that doesn't do anything against VFD.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Just
So I think even at sure, perfect. I think even at LCS 3, the guys like Hash and Luke and all them, they weren't even playing the Buster Whelp at that point.
Right.
Because at that stage, people were already doing VFD stuff, or they were doing playing the Dagda and Scythe things in Rock, as well as like Buster Whelp anyway. So Dark Ruler No More was already starting to fall out of popularity at that stage, and now like even though we've seen a lot less Buster Whelp anyway, people are still doing Dagda Scythe a lot in Rock, like it's particularly in America. And then there's a lot of VFD, so Dark Ruler No More really isn't being played at the moment. So there's no reason to be playing a card that beats Dark Ruler No More.
Our deck kind of got boosted.
I will never understand why people play Artifact Sack in their Rock deck. Yeah, like, why would you ever play that card anyway?
Yeah, makes sense.
It got like a little boost because other people were playing slightly different combos that played around Dark Ruler. So because that was the norm, we didn't have to account for it as much.
Yeah, fair enough.
More or less.
Just taking a risk, essentially.
Pretty much. It's just kind of like looking at the field.
Yeah. Make an educated risk, I say. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All good.
Yeah.
Right. Just to finish things off here, because we have hit the 10-minute threshold. Thank you, YouTube. Any of you guys have any shoutouts you want to give?
When are you guys gonna go first?
Let's start off with I don't know, Cormac in alphabetical order, I suppose.
Okay, cool. I think I'm cutting in and out, so just making sure.
No worries.
Cool. Okay, so I suppose first shoutouts have to go for this event, like to the WAF Discord and all the guys who've been
the best Discord,
all of us. Yeah, the best Discord on the planet that we have here. All the late night calls and stuff. Like there was 5 of us from our Discord who played this list, and then also one of our other friends, Yoshi, who played it. And like we put a lot of time into like making sure that we thought this was the correct list and stuff like that, going over all the card choices. Like obviously this seems like mostly standard, but like the small things do add up. Like Hash has top like 4 of his last 5 events, and like Coogan has top 2 events this format. So like we've been getting good results for like the time and effort that we've been putting in. So I feel like it's been worthwhile basically.
Yeah.
I also want to shout out the guys in S7 who were cheering on myself, Hash, Coogan, and a bunch of others this weekend. I think we had 8 people from the Discord in top 16 and 6 of the top 8 messed at.
That's pretty crazy.
It was literally LCS 7.
yeah, it was pretty crazy. So that was like really good. Like we had a lot of like really strong players in that group, and like even like some of the guys like CC came like 21st and stuff like that. So it was like really close. So we were getting like a lot of good results from our group there. And then also obviously I'll speak for myself and Coogan here by saying shout out to E-Man Games, our team.
Yep.
Papa Urkin. Best team on the planet.
Man.
Yeah, Papa Urkin. Yeah. So when events come back on, we're going to be a force once again. Don't worry, don't forget about us.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Typhoon hit me up. Oh wait, he isn't the E-Man anymore. Never mind. I forgot.
I'm gonna have to fucking cut that out. I hate you so much. I hate you so much, Hash. God. I thought I was like, oh, I'm not gonna have to do any extra work, but no, Hash just made us have to do extra work.
What the heck?
He didn't say anything, right? Anyway, so Hash, any shoutouts you'd like to give?
Well.
Oh, additional ones anyway.
First of all, yeah, well, just to reiterate what Cormac said. Thank you so much for the people in Laugh Discord every single night. We've been working so hard in this format. Special shoutouts to Coogan, who's been like bearing with me through testing. I know I fucking suck sometimes. Had to play Dynasty and Token Collector in my rock list at some point. That was fucking garbage. Shout out to Tristan Pugh. Fucking love you.
We all love Tristan.
Shout out to Adam Costello for bullying me into stopping playing Dynasty. Thank you, Adam. Shout out to Cormac for finally topping an event. How does it feel to have a real top, Cormac?
Real top, Lamau.
It's not a real top unless it's an ARG, man. That's all I'm saying. So.
That's what I'm saying.
True. Shout out to Lenny. I know he worked really fucking hard for this event, and he's gonna do better, and he's gonna eventually get what he wants one day. Fucking love you, Lenny. Shout out to people in S7, and honestly, shout out to everyone else that's been supporting me so far. This format has been seen. It's actually surreal. I'm really glad this has been happening so far.
Cool, right? And Coogan, any additional shoutouts?
Not really. Basically, the other guys covered it. Shout out to E-Man. Shout out to just everyone in the Discord. All the guys really. I'm definitely gonna forget people. Shout out to Ryan Yu for like motivating me all weekend, and Chris Thomas for just like just listening to me about everything and chatting and theorying with me. Everyone was like super helpful this weekend.
Oh yeah, shout out to Christian for telling me to play Synchro Eldritch. Thank you, Christian.
Leave him alone. The boys sure.
we love Christian. Right. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming on to this interview, my good dear friends. And also thank you everyone at home who watched this video, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!